This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at Little Fish Theater for their presentation of Someone Who'll Watch Over Me. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Joshua Thomas. Born in New Zealand, raised in Australia, been in the States since '07, first in Missouri, and I've been here in LA for a couple of years now.
Great, and which character did you play?
Edward, the Irishman. Edward was a journalist who was doing some work in Beirut, and he got taken off the street, thrown in a cell with another man. That's it, he's not very happy. He's right on the edge. Out of the three of them, I think he's the closest to cracking up completely. Yeah.
So what do you think of this piece? I mean, what did you get out of it?
Well, I really love it. It's a great challenge for an actor, but I mean, I first read it about 5 years ago, and I've wanted to play Edward for 5 years now. So when I saw the opportunity to come down here and audition for it, I leapt at it, and luckily for me, I got it. Yeah.
Well, this is a very interesting piece for me because, believe it or not, I came here to see another play. I actually came here to see two intellectuals talking about the existency of man and all that. I came here and I got thrown in prison with three other guys.
Right, you're here to see the stones will cry out.
Yeah,
the other one, yeah.
So I was here not expecting this, but now I'm trapped here with three other guys in jail. So it's very interesting for me because I kind of felt like I was there with you guys.
Right, well that's great. I mean, it's a very intimate space, so the fact that you came in there and then you were straight there with us, I hope you enjoyed it.
Well, I enjoyed it a lot, actually, because I felt like I was with three master storytellers, because not a whole lot happened. I mean, there was no action or anything. People didn't do a whole lot. It was just you three talking.
Yeah, I mean, we're chained to the floor, so we can't do a whole lot of movement. But luckily the writing is so dynamic and energetic that these stories that the three tell and the way they interact with each other sort of takes the place of physical action.
Okay, so you guys did a really great job. I was wondering if you can give some advice to some younger actors who actually want to get into acting. Do you have any kind of advice for them?
Every role you get, do your homework. Go home after every rehearsal. The biggest thing that I do is I go home and I mull over for about 2 or 3 hours everything that I've done that evening. Yeah, just think about it, everything that you've done. Come up with other choices that you can present the next day. Yeah.
Well, you definitely were three masterful actors here. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Ben Hensley. I'm originally from Salina, Kansas, and I've been living in Los Angeles for about 10 years now.
Great. And which character do you play?
Michael. He's a British character. Like, there's the three characters that have been taken hostage in Beirut, Lebanon, and he's a British character that was coming to Beirut to teach English at a university, and he was abducted when he was buying some pears.
What was the main crux of this piece?
I would say the whole idea of the play is, it's a study of people that are being held hostage and being held in a basement against their will, and how they sort of cope with it, deal with it, how they deal with each other. They learn a lot about friendship along the way. They play a lot of games to kind of occupy their minds and their time, and so, yeah.
How did you prepare for this piece? Did you do some kind of research?
Yeah, actually we had a book floating around that was about the subject matter, about Brian Keenan, the gentleman who was actually based on. So we took a lot of look at that, and we just spent a lot of time researching people being abducted, as well as current situations with ISIS and things like that as well.
I actually enjoyed your acting.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed everyone's acting. It was kind of like nothing really went on. I mean, there's no action, no movement, not a whole lot of movement, but it was actually three great storytellers.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I kind of think it's it is a study in actors, because there's no sets and no highfalutin special effects. It really is just three people sitting in a room talking for an hour and a half. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So I like the accents. I like the emotions you guys expressed while basically chained to the ground and all. So, question: what kind of advice would you give to younger theater actors who would have to do something like this?
Just do, and do some more, and get as much practice as you can, and audition for anything that you can audition for. And the more you do, the better you get.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for coming tonight.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Doug Mattingly. Originally from Baltimore, Maryland. Of course, I live here in LA now in Culver City. Went to USC. Did a couple degrees there. Actually went back to the DC area for a few years and was doing theater there, and I came back out here about 4 years ago. I played Adam, the American hostage. Well, Adam is, we find out he's a psychologist. He's here in Lebanon to do research, look at the effects of war on those folks that are involved in it, maybe even particularly children. And he's from a home that fostered children, and so that's had a profound effect on him. He's obviously a scholarly guy. He had won a scholarship. He was Phi Beta Kappa, and he was the first to be taken hostage. He was by himself in solitary for 2 months until Edward came along. Edward's the Englishman, and he is really struggling to hold on to his sanity throughout, and I think probably loses that battle.
Okay, so what did you think of this piece?
I love this show. It's it's a grown-up show, and it's something that requires the actor to lay it all out there. Yeah, you can't hold back and make it a good performance.
Right. Yeah, I actually liked your performance.
Thank you.
Yeah, I liked everyone's performance because, again, nothing really happened. It was just three storytellers just painting a picture in your mind.
Yeah, I think it's. I think this show is about relationships, and it moves quickly through them. And you see each scene. There's a development in the relationship. The first scene, you see Adam, and then the Englishman, Edward, and they've been there together for 2 months, and then they have a kind of a butting of heads, and that evolves the relationship to another place. And then the next scene is introduced the English character, and in those relationships, that changes the character of it. Third scene, again, it evolves with the Englishman. And then, fourth scene, Adam breaks down, and fifth scene, I think he's gone.
So what did you do to prepare for this?
Well, usual actor stuff where you script analysis, your objectives and actions, and all the layering kind of things that you do, but also research, and this story, our play, is based on real life events in Lebanon during the hostage crisis that led to the Iran-Contra affair, and specifically it's based on the experiences of Brian Keenan and some other people. He was an Irishman. Edward's character is not Brian Keenan, but so things have been jumbled around, and these are their own characters. It's a piece of art as opposed to nonfiction. But I looked at the book that he wrote called An Evil Cradling to kind of, these circumstances are so extreme that I find it challenging to wrap your mind around it. So if I could read it from somebody who was really there, and that helped me kind of fill those things in, and understand where I had to be. And then it was the regular rehearsal process, and for me, I found it kind of the last week before opening was that, obviously you've seen it, it's a high octane piece, a lot of intensity, requires a lot of energy from the actor. And I kind of found that where I was in scene 4, where I had the big breakdown, that's 100 miles an hour, but that's where I needed to start the piece, at 100 miles an hour, and then take that bit to the next level.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed the piece.
Thanks. I'm glad. Thanks for coming.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being on the show. Someone Who Will Watch Over Me will be playing at Little Fish Theater from August 13th to September 3rd. For more information, go to littlefishtheater.org or search for A&B Theater, that's all one word, A&B Theater on Facebook.